What you just made me think of was Gotham was the monster for my character, right?
L'enigmista chiede di te.
Il killer l'ha lasciato per Batman. Perché scrive a lei?
Sei venuto. Ho cercato di raggiungerti.
I love how in this movie each character reminded me a classical monster, Dracula, Frankenstein, Invisible Man. So I want to ask you, did you think about a monster for your character?
Interesting. That's cool. No, I think, I mean, once you start to enter the character, you are sort of trying to look through that character's point of view, and what you just made me think of was Gotham was the monster for my character, right? You know, and I think Matt certainly referenced some real life monsters, so to speak, right? The Zodiac Killer was a reference for him, and I did a little research there. But I also like that you're speaking to this idea of something bigger than. So there is a reality and a groundedness to this film, but there is still like an archetypal power at work. So I really like that idea.
Your Gordon immediately believes in Batman. Instead, we see that Bruce Wayne is the one who is really questioned in this movie. They say that he's just a billionaire, he's just a rich guy, he doesn't do anything useful. So in your opinion, these are times in which we have to question more the Bruce Waynes than the Batmans?
Yeah, it's a great question. The first panel of the very first Batman comic is Bruce Wayne and Gordon. Gordon doesn't have a relationship with the Batman, and so as you know, the franchise, the series has evolved over time. We arrive at this place in our time, in which, as you describe in our film, Gordon only has a relationship with the Batman and kind of views Bruce Wayne through a slightly skeptical eye, or very skeptical eye. And I think it was a wonderful choice by Matt in his script, because it was a part of these through lines in the storytelling that brought into play these class tensions, which I think are very relevant, and other, you know, kind of social and political cross currents that only brought our version of the story into the present in a really immediate way. So I think it makes a lot of sense. And I think as well what it does is it kind of does away with the assumptions that we might very easily bring to the table in watching a Batman film, that, you know, Bruce Wayne is honorable and the Batman is heroic. We ask these questions at the beginning. Are they? And we don't take these things for granted. Rather, we work through them in ways that I think are smart, thoughtful, breathe new life into the series, and again are intensely relevant.
I was amazed by the need of the Riddler of a community. Do you believe that he really embodies the true spirit of these times? Because he needs a community. He wants to be seen. So did you think about that, about his use of social media?
I did a little bit. I did research certain things, but I think the opportunity that I think Matt was giving us that was special within a Batman film was to make it as emotional and psychological as possible and as personal as possible. So most of the feelings I cultivated for Edward and for the Riddler were not anthropological at large. They were like insanely personal. And why did that person feel unheard or unseen? this character, not other people out there in the world. And this character, I think, has had a highly traumatic past, and a lot of his pain stems from there. But yes, the sort of little contacts and tethers to certain realities. I mean, Matt also wrote this 5 years ago. I think makes the film all the more powerful.
Okay, thank you so much. Great work. Bye.
Thank you.